What up, though, everybody? Welcome back to Daily Upside. I'm your host, Keenan Rivals. Really excited about today's episode. I actually wasn't going to do one. I've been working really hard trying to figure things out for you guys. We're taking the High Upside show to the next level. And look, it's taking a little while longer than I wanted to kind of get these systems in play, but we're kind of rehauling everything. And you guys won't notice anything too different on your end, but I'm really setting this up to make it a lot easier for me to just bang out content on a day-to-day basis because sports cards are at an all-time high. The season's coming back up. I think there's going to be a lot of crazy changes this offseason, and I want to make sure we're prepared to just be there for them when some things happen. I want to jump on here and talk to you guys. If some shifts happen in the market, I want to be the first one to tell you guys. So today, you're kind of getting a little preview of that. You've probably noticed that within your morning bins newsletter, you got a little more than normal. So essentially what I'm trying to do is make the morning bins just not about sports cards, but just about the sports cards market. So you'll get a little bit of, cards you should buy, which you guys are used to. You'll get daily upside in your morning bins. And we're also going to add in some news, updates, and interesting things that are happening within the realm of sports cards. With that being said, let's get into some of these things we're talking about, some of these exciting changes we're talking about, within sports. And as you can see, we're on Bleacher Report here. They've updated their mock draft. This is number 3. The NBA draft's a lot closer than we think. And I love how every week it's just something totally different. Like, this is one of the most exciting drafts, not because of the players, but just because of the state of the world. Now we got LaMelo going number 1. They're saying there's going to be a trade with OKC where they trade Shea Gilgeous-Alexander in the number 25 pick for LaMelo and Jarrett Culver. I don't really see how that makes too much sense for OKC, but I'm interested in it. I think what I get out of this is more so that the Timberwolves are looking to draft the most publicized player, and they're looking to deal him. They're going to be looking to make a trade, and that makes sense. So really excited about the draft. We still got James Wiseman going number 2. We still got Anthony Edwards going number 3 to Charlotte. If that happens to him, then I don't think he's going to have a good career. Charlotte, people don't play well in Charlotte. We still got Denis Deny. I don't know how to say his name, going to the Bulls. That would be huge. I'm a big Bulls fan. Love Zach Levine. I love the core they have over there. And you guys can kind of go through the rest of this to see who's going where. I noticed this. They're saying that there's going to be a trade with the Pistons. I don't like that. I don't like them moving down to number 10. Um, I don't really see the point of them getting rid of Luke Kennard to go down in the draft. So, it's not that much cap space. But, we got some things going on here. And it's just interesting to look at because a lot of these drafts aren't just about picking college players, but they're about, trading picks and trading players. So if you want to read that, if you want to know what's going on, definitely do so. If I see anything interesting, I'll be sure to tweet it out or share it with you guys. Next up, Bleacher Report also did a predicting the top 5 NBA stars. Now, I haven't looked at this, but this is them predicting who's going to be like the future of the NBA. Essentially, I love these kind of articles, and I waited to look at it so I can kind of share my reaction with you guys. So obviously, we're going to see like Luca, probably Jason Tatum. I would assume Giannis. I would assume those are the 3 out of the 5 stars. The last 2 are kind of a toss up. So yep. So we got Jason Tatum. They're going to say some great things about him. He's obviously one of the most well-rounded players in the NBA. So definitely can see him on there. And let's get into it. LeBron James. Okay, not what I expected. Anthony Davis. So far so boring. Nikola Jokic. That's kind of surprising. Are they just doing like centers or like old people? Uh, Jokic being in the top 5 is something that I don't think of too much. But I guess when you think of his talent and everything that he could do, it makes sense. He's a point center. We don't see too many of those. And if he develops and continues to grow his game, then he could definitely be right up there with AD or, whatever other big man you think of. Moving on, we got Giannis, obviously, and we got Luca. So a little a little lackluster, I don't think LeBron needs to be here. I think we know LeBron, but these are the players that are kind of eligible. And this is a good list to look at if you're an investor. Seeing John Moran on there, Kyrie Irving, Zion, obviously, Trey Young at the bottom, Bam Adebayo. A lot of you might not think of him as a top tier player, but he definitely is. And Ben Simmons, Jason Tatum. So a lot of hope for those guys. I mean, these are guys that we kind of talk about a lot here. So good to see that me and Bleacher Report are on the same path. Bleacher Report, if you want to hit me up, I wouldn't be mad at you. So yeah, that's pretty much it for NBA news. I mean, this is going to be a lot of rumors, a lot of predictions, up until at least the draft. Again, we're super close to that, so I hope you guys are ready for it. And that's why I'm trying to get really situated here. I'm kind of, taking time off so I can, be here for a time for when these things start happening. So yeah, let's get into some sports cards. So we got a couple tabs up here, and again, this is going to be kind of a quick episode because I have so much to do here today, and I want to make sure that I get it done, but also get some content out to you. So this is one auction that I saw on eBay. I thought it was pretty dope. By the way, eBay is offering 5% in eBay bucks right now. So if you haven't signed up for that, definitely go do so. If you don't know what eBay bucks is, then it's pretty much just a cashback program. You sign in or you sign up, it's free. And whenever you buy cards, you get a percentage back. So I think typically you get 1%, but right now eBay is doing a bonus for 5%. So if you bought this card, you will get $100. That's the max you can get back. So yeah, just putting that out there for you guys who aren't familiar with that. If you got any questions, just shoot me a DM and I'll walk you through it. But yeah, this Trey Young Immaculate went up today. Not the best, looking card in terms of patch or the auto. I love that PSA can just get away with having like subpar autos, but look how much the seller's asking for it, $6,500. I mean, obviously that's a crazy price point. That's not going to sell probably, but this is why I love these kind of cards. There hasn't been an Immaculate listed on eBay since I overpaid for mine. I paid 14.99 for mine, I want to say. Um, Overpaid for it, raw card, 3-color patch. Probably going to send it into BGS to get graded. But yeah, they're scarce. No one's selling them. And people who are selling them, they're like, give me $6,500 or nothing. There's no best offer here. This is why you want to be able to get into these kind of cards because you're able to kind of go in and push the market and control it. I think this guy's kind of trolling, but I love seeing this card listed so high because I think that it's not too far from the national treasures. If the national treasure is going, 15, $20,000, why can't the Immaculate get 6,500? It's the next best card. It's a rookie auto patch. Why are we acting like it's not important? Why are we acting like only national treasures is important when Immaculate is just the same experience? So again, if you got a guy, if you want to invest in him, if he has an Immaculate rookie, try to grab it, especially if you can get it for cheap, especially if you like collect or invest in a B or C list player. They haven't spiked yet. If you invest in an older guy like Kyrie, like Kawhi, like Giannis, for example, they haven't spiked yet. And I think as we get more mature in this space, these will be in demand and these price points won't seem crazy. So, just showing you guys this to kind of give you an example of where I see the market going. I think this guy's a little bit premature, with this listing, but within a few years, I wouldn't be surprised if Immaculates were, the new rave or national treasures were the new rave or rookie auto patches were the new rage. And they hit these price points. So yeah, just wanted to show you that because we've been talking about these a lot, and I'm starting to see my investment play out a little bit here. In other news, one guy we talk about a lot is Stephen Curry. This is another card that we've been going over. Serial number rookie, very limited. Stephen Curry does not have that many rookie cards, and we got this ending at $500. That's an insane amount of money for a raw card. You don't see that happening too much. If you've been listening to me for the last year, you were picking these up for $500. Like BGS 9. I think I paid $500 for my BGS 9.5. I think I paid $800 for my PSA 10. So, we've been tracking these cards for quite some time. And now we got Raws hitting $500. People are starting to smarten up. They're starting to understand like, his Topps Chrome is dumb expensive. His Topps is crazy expensive. Here we have this super limited card that is almost identical for a much cheaper price point. And we're starting to see a little bit of bidding war happen to get these. I mean, obviously this one looks, very well centered. The corners look sharp. Kudos to the person who took this picture. He did a good job. I'm going to do some like an article or some type of blog post on posting cards on eBay. But yeah, that's probably a new high for the raw. It wasn't we also seen this one end as well for 625 via best offer. Um, I think that's a pretty good deal. I mean, obviously this has some soft corners, but these again, they're limited. These blue cards are way more, sensitive in terms of their condition. And I think people are going to start picking these up. Also, in case you read the newsletter, Pay attention. 8.5 here. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. And other news, Trey Young. I want to talk about contenders. Before we get into Trey Young, let's talk about some of the other guys because I think Trey Young's a potential play here. Who's this? Here's another contenders card. So Michael Porter Jr. and this will kind of lead us into Trey Young. He recently this card recently sold for $1,200. Again, we've been talking about contenders. We've been talking about how they're rare, how they're a play. That's double his PSA 10 Prism Silver. Obviously the guy who bought this card really wanted it. I feel like the $700-800 range is more so where we know where it should be. But I think we're going to get to the point where folks are like, if I don't get it, I may not get it. I really slapped myself on the forehead for not buying Michael Porter Jr.'s contenders finals ticket, number to 65. I was like, should I buy it? It was like 265 a few months ago. And I was like, just pass. I'm gonna reevaluate my portfolio. Super, super dumb decision not to buy that. And this guy, whoever bought this card, he wasn't trying to be me. He's like, hey, I'm gonna overpay for it, but I have one. And I think that's the beautiful thing about sports cards is that everyone's not an investor. We have to remember that when we have limited cards, there's some people who think Michael Porter Jr. is the future and they want to collect him. It could be a hometown best friend of his, an ex-girlfriend, somebody who went to one of his games. They want these cards. And if there's only 15 or 20 of them, you might have to pay $1,200 to get one. That's the beauty of sports cards is that it's not a stock. It's not just about investing. It's about people who actually want these, regardless of the price, whether it moves up or down. They just want to own one. So if this one's ending 1,200, that's why we were kind of looking at this Trey Young. Like, here's a Trey Young premium BGS 9.5. Granted, it doesn't have any subgrades, but this is the premium one. These go for a lot more. I mean, this one's sitting here for $1,800 with the best offer. It's a little high. The PSA 10 is going for like, 12 to 1,500. So getting a BGS 9.5 is a little high at 18, but you might have to overpay for these right now. And this is the premium. There's really not that many of them. I couldn't tell you the pop report, but they're really rare. And I think it's a solid option, with the best offer. If you look at Luka, I mean, his PSA 10 recently sold for $12,000. Remember, I was talking about contenders being the same prices as Prism Silvers. Yeah, not anymore. We've seen, Michael Porter Jr.'s double his Prism Silver, and now we're seeing Luka double his Prism Silver. And it didn't just stop there. I mean, we've seen a raw optics contender go for $9,989. These cards are rare, guys. Autographs are going to come back. We only didn't buy autographs because we couldn't afford autographs of our top players. That's why we weren't buying autographs. For many, many years, the top players in basketball autographs were just out of this world expensive. So we settled for their Topps Chrome. We settled for their Topps. And then we thought that was popular. So we started buying Topps and Topps Chrome with other players. The auto, if it's between a Topps Chrome LeBron or a LeBron auto, you're going to go with the auto. If somebody was like, hey, I'll trade you my ultimate collection LeBron for your Topps Chrome LeBron, you're going to trade that because the ultimate collection is extremely rare. There's an abundance, the Topps Chromes are abundantly available, and you could just get that back later. Yet here we have these autos of Luka and Trey Young and these guys we think are going to be the future of the NBA. And we're just like, we're going to get the Topps Chrome instead, or the Prism in this case. So I love Prism. Again, I'm not bagging on it. If you got a stash of Prism, I think you're going to do well with these players. But these were obviously underrated, and now they're starting to push back up. These are serial numbered. These are autographed. Why are we buying Prisms instead of serial number autograph cards? Didn't make sense to me. With that being said, this is something that we put in today's morning bins. We talked about Luka contenders. We've seen some raws go for 9,000. Granted, they were optic. Here we have a playoff ticket, which is numbered to 65. Yes, it's a BGS 9. It's not the best grade with the 8.5 corners, but it's sitting here at $5,000 with the best offer option. I'm not saying go drop $5K on this card. I'm just saying if Luka's the Luka we expect him to be, people are probably going to want this card in a few years. And it's not going to be that many available. So I'm really shocked that this is still sitting here. What else did we talk about in morning bins today? We go over Stephen Curry's Panini rookie. You guys kind of got to sign up for the membership to get the full analysis on this one. But all I'm saying, and I'll give you a little hint. It's one of his only rookie cards in a Warriors jersey. Everything else is like Davidson or just like a big head. I love those cards, but I think this one's a little undervalued. It's one of the official rookies, and we just don't care. We care about Ja Morant's official rookie. No one's buying whatever upper deck set is coming out trying to get those rookie cards. So why are we buying them for Steph? I think these need to be up more, and I break that down in the morning bins. So definitely check that out. We also have this Kyrie lot. I think it's a pretty solid deal. I think these Panini cards are just super undervalued, similar to the Stephen Curry play. Yes, Prism is great, but there needs to be some paper rookies, and there's no paper rookie for 2012-13. There's Hoops and there's Panini, and they're both just kind of being disrespected. And, if a LeBron James's Topps card can go for, $9,000 in the height of it all, why are these just so widely available and so cheap? So if you like Kyrie, you like the Nets, might be a good play. And again, I break this down in morning bins, so definitely check that out. And yeah, we talked about that BGS 8.5 Stephen Curry earlier. I think like BGS 8.5s and PSA 8s, I think they're going to be a play. Like I think that the PSA 10 cards are going to get really expensive. They're also really limited, especially with these paper cards. And people are going to have no choice but to go PSA 9, PSA 8, and that's kind of how it should be. I think there's like 100 of these Durant Tops black rookies. Like outside of the 100 or 112 people or whatever the pop report is, I'm just kind of making it up. So if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to settle, and I think these at 125 are a pretty good deal. And if you're signed up for the premium membership, you see why in the newsletter. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Typically at this point we talk about Patreon, but I'm actually moving away from Patreon. I'll talk to you, more about that with you guys who are signed up. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely sign up for the premium membership. All the links to all my content is in the bio. If you want to get this newsletter, this email to you every day, like if you want to know about these morning bins and these different plays that I put out there, if you want to find cards like this, then definitely sign up. It's free to do. There's no cost to sign up. If you want the analysis, you do have to kind of upgrade and pay. But if you just want to know like what cards I'm looking at, that's totally free to sign up. The link's down below. Essentially what I'm trying to do is bring you NBA news and sports cards news so you don't have to go look for it. So these are the plays of the day. Let me know what you guys think about this new episode and in this new format. And let me know if you're excited about me, streaming on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming on Twitch on weekends and just talking about sports cards. If you guys are OG listeners, you remember the Buy, Sell, Hold podcast where we talk about players you should buy, sell, hold. Buy, sell, or hold. I'm going to be bringing that to Twitch in kind of a live format. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff coming, and I promise you it's all going to be here before the start of the season. With that being said, I got a lot of work to do, guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Happy investing.